Princess Rose and the Golden Bird in English. Once upon a time in a kingdom far, far away there lived a beautiful princess whose unique beauty was marked by her long red hair. She had such a profound love for roses that everyone in the kingdom affectionately called her Princess Rose. Her popularity was immense, and even children would approach her with bouquets of roses, some holding red, some white, and some yellow. When asked which rose she loved the most, Princess Rose would declare her love for every rose in the world and would embrace all the children together, tickling them until they erupted in laughter. Every evening after the sun had set, Princess Rose would step out onto her balcony and gently clap her hands. This simple gesture would summon a golden bird which seemed to fly out of nowhere and gracefully alight upon her shoulder. As the golden bird settled, the princess's beautiful red hair would immediately begin to shine ablaze with a brilliant red light. Princess Rose would affectionately call the bird a cute, naughty little bird, and remark on its fondness for playing with her hair. Soon the little golden bird would begin to warble an enchanting tune, and Princess Rose would join in the song as their voices blended in a loving lullaby. Everyone in the kingdom would fall into a peaceful sleep and experience sweet dreams that lasted until the break of dawn. The princess would bid them good night, wishing them sweet dreams, and in this harmonious way years passed. However, this idyllic routine was not destined to last forever. One day, something terrible and unexpected occurred. A wicked witch learned about Princess Rose. The witch, hearing Princess Rose sing, would cover her ears. Disliking the princess's goodness and kindness, filled with malevolence, the evil witch decided to cast a curse upon her with the incantation Abracadabra. May the roses colored Princess Rose's beautiful red hair instantly turned as black as tar. Princess Rose was shocked, exclaiming, "Oh my, what happened to my hair?" Despite her distress, she felt she had to continue singing for her people to put them to sleep with sweet dreams. That very evening, Princess Rose went out onto her balcony and clapped her hands as usual, but when the golden bird appeared, her hair glowed black instead of its radiant red. Despite this alarming change, the bird warbled its enchanting melody and Princess Rose sang her lullaby. Everyone in the kingdom did fall asleep, but that night they were plagued by bad dreams and nightmares. The people awoke terrified, describing visions of darkness, snakes everywhere, and the sensation of drowning in the ocean, making them too scared to sleep again. On the following day, the sorrowful Princess Rose called the golden bird and shared her deep concern, asking for a solution to restore her people's sweet dreams. The golden bird offered a cryptic but hopeful suggestion: black hair involves water, black hair and rose water. Princess Rose pondered this advice, wondering if it would help, but she decided to abide by it. She filled a basin with water and clad rose petals on its surface. Then she dipped her black hair into the rose water, and to her astonishment it instantly turned red again. Grateful, she thanked the bird, saying, "Thank you, birdie, thank you." That evening, when the bird perched on her shoulder, the radiant red glow of her hair lit up the night sky. Once more the princess sang her lullaby, and everyone in the kingdom fell asleep, enjoying sweet dreams until the break of dawn. The wicked witch was filled with immense anger upon learning that her curse had been broken. In her fury, she decided to cast it again, declaring, "Now I will show her my power." With the same incantation Abracadabra, may the roses collect him. The princess's hair turned black as tar. Once more Princess Rose despaired, crying out, "Oh no, not again, what is happening to me?" But this time the witch added another layer to her wickedness. She picked up and removed all the rose blooms in the entire kingdom. Observing the princess sobbing, the witch felt great satisfaction, believing She had made it impossible for the curse to be broken again. Once again the sorrowful princess asked the golden bird how she could restore her people's sweet dreams. The bird gave the same reply as before: black hair in rose water. However, Princess Rose was in despair, knowing there was not a single rose left in the entire kingdom. The bird simply chirped black hair in rose water again and flew away, leaving the princess to plead, "Oh, please don't go, give me a different solution, please." So great was her anguish that her eyes filled with tears, and one of them fell to the ground below. At that very moment a young and handsome prince who had stopped under the princess's balcony took out a little box. From within the box, he retrieved a single red hair. He then bent down and carefully placed the red hair atop the princess's tear on the ground. A miracle unfolded before their eyes. The single red hair transformed into a vibrant red rose. The prince, satisfied, picked the newly formed rose and brought it up to the princess, offering it with the words, "For you, beautiful princess." Princess Rose, astonished, asked how he had found it, to which the prince explained, "I made it with your teardrop and a red hair." Excited, she took the rose, immediately brushed away her remaining tears, and plucked its petals to add to the water in the basin. She then dipped her hair into the water and the curse was broken, her hair turning red once more. Everyone present gasped in astonishment. The king inquired where the young man had found the red hair. The prince explained that when he and the princess were both children, he had picked a single strand of hair from her head as a sign of his loyalty to her, and she had done the same, pulling out a strand of his own hair. Princess Rose confirmed this to her father, taking out her own little box to reveal a single hair from the prince's head inside. Everyone was delighted by this revelation. The prince and Princess Rose were married on that very same day. Upon learning that her curse had been broken yet again, the wicked witch's evilness swelled to such an extreme degree that she exploded into 1,000 tiny pieces. Eventually rose blooms sprang up in every garden in the kingdom once again, and so each evening Princess Rose continued to sing her loving lullaby, ensuring that all the people fell asleep and had sweet dreams until the break of dawn. The narrative of Princess Rose and the Golden Bird presents a classic tale of good versus evil, where benevolent forces ultimately triumph over malevolence. At its core, the story highlights Princess Rose's identity, which is intrinsically linked to her unique red hair and her deep affection for roses. This connection is so strong that when her hair's color is altered, the entire kingdom's dreams are affected, emphasizing her crucial role in the well-being of her people. The Golden Bird serves as a consistent magical helper and a source of ancient wisdom, providing the princess with solutions to the witch's curses. The quality of dreams acts as a tangible barometer of the kingdom's state, shifting from sweet dreams during periods of peace to horrifying nightmares when the princess is cursed. The wicked witch embodies pure malevolence driven by a deep-seated dislike for Princess Rose's inherent goodness. Her curses are not merely acts of spite but deliberate attempts to disrupt the kingdom's peace and Princess Rose's essence. The first curse, turning the princess's hair black, is remedied by a straightforward, almost symbolic act of bathing her hair in rose water, demonstrating the power of simple natural elements associated with the princess's identity. However, the witch's second curse is more profound, not only turning the hair black again but also attempting to eliminate the very means of breaking the curse by removing all roses from the kingdom. This escalation forces a deeper, more personal solution. The introduction of the young prince is pivotal, shifting the narrative from a solely magical resolution to one rooted in enduring loyalty and shared history. The prince's act of transforming a tear and a strand of red hair into a rose is a powerful symbol of love, loyalty, and the ability to create beauty from distress. It signifies that not all problems can be solved by simple magical ingredients. Sometimes a profound personal connection and a shared past are necessary to overcome insurmountable obstacles. His revelation about the childhood exchange of hair strands highlights a pre-existing bond that goes beyond superficial attraction, emphasizing that their destinies were intertwined long before the climactic events. The marriage of the prince and princess solidifies the restoration of order and happiness in the kingdom, marking a new era of stability. The witch's ultimate demise, her explosion into 1,000 pieces, is a dramatic and definitive end to evil, suggesting that true goodness, when combined with loyalty and love, can utterly annihilate malevolence. The return of roses throughout the kingdom after the witch's destruction further underscores the restoration of natural harmony and beauty. The story concludes with the comforting reassurance that Princess Rose's lullabies continue to bring sweet dreams, symbolizing an enduring state of peace and prosperity for the kingdom.